Hey guys, Tahita here with Beauty and the Kinks. Welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, thank you so much for stopping by. If you like the video, definitely go ahead and give this video a thumbs up. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button to become a part of the family. If you are a returning subscriber, thank you so much for all your love and support. Trust me, I appreciate you. But yeah, so today's video is all about my realistic day in the life. It's an in-depth, spur of the moment, let me show y'all what I'm doing. Well, not really show y'all because I can't really show everything, but I can talk you through on a very high level what I do on a day-to-day basis. For those of you who are super interested in what a compliance analyst does on a day-to-day basis, at least for my company, at least for my industry, at least from my perspective, I can give you guys what I do on a day-to-day basis when it comes to being a compliance analyst. So I wanted to be a bit more detailed in this video. I know the other videos have been very vlog style, and while this is obviously gonna be vlog style, I will kind of walk you through what I do. So first things first, this morning, again, this is not something that I do every single day to the T, but this morning I had to run errands. So I woke up early, I ran to Target, I got some stuff for the house, I got back, I got settled, and then I started planning out my day. Now, what I typically do is I write a to-do list for my 9 to 5, and I list out any calls that I have for the day. I will, prioritize the work that I have to do. So for example, in the beginning of the month, I have a monthly audit that I do for my clients. And so that's top of my to-do list, right? My monthly audit. The only reason I prioritize that towards the beginning of the month is because I do have a deadline. I have to get that done by the 20th of each month. So that is always at the top of my list until all of my clients have been audited for the month. So that's on the top of my list. And then let's see what I have. So I am the compliance auditor for my book of business for my clients, but those clients also have a main point of contact, which is not me. I am not their day-to-day source. They don't email me. A lot of them don't even know my name. Okay, so I work behind the scenes to make sure that their program is compliant, and they do have a specific team member, part of my team, who they reach out to on a regular basis, their main point of contact, their client relations analyst, right? So that person reached out to me. The clients were like, one of my clients, client relationship analyst, if that's not a mouthful, reached out to me asking me to help them gather some information in regards to these audits so that they can present it on a client call this week. So I did note that I need to make sure I follow up with him to ensure that I give him all the data that he needs. Those are the top two things that I have so far. As I go on throughout the day, for example, I just remembered that there's something that I wanted to follow up on. Okay, so yeah, so I typically write all of this down on my iPad. I do have a few apps that I use. I will leave them linked down below so that you guys, if you're interested, one of them is Planner Pro, another one is just Planner, and I do have Notion. Now, so my alarm went off a few moments ago. I did check my emails to see if I got anything from my clients or from a team member. Sorry about the lighting, guys. I feel like it adjusts every single time I move. But anyways, so I am going to go on a lunchtime walk. But before I go on my walk, I wanted to see if I got any cases assigned to me. And it looks like I did. I have two new cases that were assigned to me. Now, let me give you an example of, I won't call it a, what should I put this as? So there's procedures, right? There's procedures that we do for these. There's a procedure, there's a process that we follow for our different cases. Obviously, I can't give you guys too much about the individual cases, but just know that it's some form of auditing. So what happens is the client might reach out to their main point of contact, which is a team member in my region. That person then opens a case and says, hey, my client is wondering about this aspect of their compliance. Can you look into it? I will do an audit, and then I'll send the case back to them. But there's particular procedures. There's a process in place for the different types of requests. And in one particular case type, right? Let's say this person opened a case in order for me to look into it or to fulfill the request for the client. But the process is that they need approval from someone else before I can continue with this case, because it's not supposed to be something that's regular. It's supposed to be ad hoc and with good reason, right? So this isn't something that we can do willy-nilly. It's an audit that is time efficient. It's an audit that we require management to look at and say, yes, it's worth you doing. Go ahead and look into it. Otherwise, what they want is for the client to use the plethora of different reporting that we have that's available to them. So that's kind of where it's at. The management doesn't want us to, I won't say waste our time, but to utilize our time looking into data that the client already has access to. So what happens is before I even get the case, they're supposed to go to management and get approval. With that being said, I sent this case back to this person last month, okay? And they're questioning why I haven't done it and why I need approval. Question your manager. Don't question me. I'm following protocol. I'm following the process. This is the process. So I literally pulled up the email when this directive was put into place and forwarded to her like, hey, this is when the directive was put into place from a director. If you have any updates on this, like if you know that this directive has changed and we no longer require management approval, by all means, send it to me. I'll get the job done. I'll knock it out my queue. But what I'm not about to do is go through this process. Then when I'm audited, when my caseload is audited, they ask me why I didn't get management approval for this case. So, so technically what I'm getting at is technically I have 2 new cases in my workload, but I have a 3rd case that this person just sent back to me. Again, I'm following instructions here. I'm not gonna put myself out there just because. I'm not gonna I'm not gonna make an exception just because. If you could tell me that they want something, yeah. Anyways, so that's what I'm dealing with. I'm gonna just double check these really quickly. This one's a very, very quick audit where I am basically I'm basically just looking at images. I'm looking at images and I'm just making sure that it is for the correct client one, because the data that we're going to share with them is sensitive. So we have to make sure that it's for the correct client and that everything looks copacetic, that there's nothing that shouldn't be on here. So that's what I'm looking for. This one's fairly quick. I usually get it done within 5 minutes. So I'm gonna do that before lunch and knock that off of my list. Yeah, this looks good. So yeah, that's what I'm doing. Then I'm gonna go on a lunchtime walk with Lola baby, and then we're gonna be back. I think when I get back, I'm obviously gonna jump in the shower and get myself together. Hopefully I can look halfway decent, and then we're gonna close out the day, and then we're gonna work on the second half of the day. All right guys, so I am back from my walk. I still have a few minutes. I still have some time left on my lunch, so I went ahead and made myself a smoothie, and after I drink my smoothie, I'm gonna go ahead and jump in the shower and get myself together for the remainder of the day. But yeah, I just wanted to log in really quickly though, just to make sure that I didn't get any urgent emails while I was out on my lunch. So just check my emails. That is done with. I am going to enjoy the last bit of my lunch, and then, like I said, I'll check in after I get myself together. Okay guys, so I am winding down towards the end of my day. I just, one of the cases that I told you guys about that I needed to work on earlier. So this is, I think I misspoke. So I think earlier I said all of the cases that I usually get assigned, it's some form of an audit, but it's not. This is, how should I put this? So this case that I got is a request from the client to put in certain blocks, basically put some restrictions on the back end, that things that are supposed to be excluded from their program. So that's what I do as well to keep their program compliant. These things are not supposed to be included, so I update the system so that these are blocked. So that's the case that I got. But it's a lot of restrictions that I have to put into place. And I just, the way the form is formatted, it's not free flowing when it's time for us to update these programs. So let me see if I can, yeah, I'm gonna see if I can try to adjust this. But that's really the last thing on my to-do list for today, is to get this updated. Hopefully I can. So yeah. All right guys, so right now I was supposed to log off work, but I have one more thing on my to-do list that I absolutely need to submit. One second. And this is why it's super important to do to-do lists. It's super important for me, at least, to have a to-do list, because there's an item that I had today that I didn't realize was actually from yesterday. And with that being said, I need to get it done, and I didn't put it on my to-do list. If I had put it on my to-do list and I didn't get it done yesterday, I would have moved it to the first thing to get done today, but it wasn't on my to-do list, so it's kind of out of my radar, and I didn't get to do it. So kind of finished that. Did that today. Yeah, so I have one more thing that I need to do that's on my to-do list today, so I am going to stay a little bit over time. Typically I log in at like 7:30 and then I leave at 4. But like I said, I have this one thing to do and it's like 4:10, so let me submit this and then I will be done for the day.